lot of hard work from a lot of people. We have a great team here at Alabama. A lot of people contribute to helping us recruit. It starts with our assistant coaches who do a great job of finding the prospects, evaluating the prospects, making good choices and decisions about the kind of character players that we recruit. You know, our administration here, Dr. Witt, Dr. Bonner, they all contribute to helping us recruit. Our faculty here does a fantastic job every Saturday when we ask them to do academic interviews, and our fans who create a tremendous atmosphere, whether it's at A-Day when we have a lot of prospects there, or it's at Bryant-Denny Stadium for the games that we have. I think all these things contribute to why players want to be a part of the program here, which is based on the fact that we want to create value for our players in terms of helping them be more successful in life for having been involved in the program. There's a lot of personal development that goes into that to make good choices and decisions, academic support to help them graduate and develop a career off the field, coaches and the support staff help them develop careers as football players, and our career development center works hard to help them when they graduate so they get the best opportunities in life. I think from a need standpoint, we saw some needs in this class. No doubt it's always good to get a good quarterback prospect, which is a very important position for any team, but especially for us. We're able to get some quality runners at the running back position. I think the two receivers that we got are, very, very good players. We got 5 offensive linemen in this class, and that's an area that I think that, we need to add to. We're going to be a little thin in the spring with the people that we've lost, and it's going to be good to get some, new guys there that can maybe add some depth and compete, to play for us in the near future. Secondary and linebacker were the primary needs defensively, and I was pleased with the numbers and the quality of players that we got at both of those positions. Last year we got a lot of defensive linemen. We're happy with the guys that we got this year at that position, but it wasn't where we were trying to get a number of guys. I know that there's going to be a lot of talk and speculation, and everybody relates to recruiting based on how'd you get ranked. Every coach is going to stand here at this podium that coaches college football and said they're pleased and say they're pleased with the guys that they recruited. No one has a bad recruiting class, and we're certainly pretty encouraged. But predicting how a young person is going to do academically and athletically in college by giving them some grading when he's in high school is not very scientific. And we try to use science to create things that are very subjective in terms of what someone's performance is going to be, and I don't think that's really possible. There's no scientific way to know what the achievement of any person is going to be in anything that they try to do. It's just, not possible. We sign players that we feel that we can develop and hope that we can develop personally, academically, and athletically to be quality people, good students, and play winning football here for us. And that's certainly the most important thing for us. And we don't want to create any expectations for players. I think what the players need to do is focus on what they need to do to develop as players, and focus on what they need to do to be a complete player at their position. Not worry about living up to some reputation that was created for them before they ever got here, so that they can be successful college football players. That's our goal for them, and that's what I'd like for their goal to be as well. But again, I'd like to express a special thanks to everybody who worked so hard to put this class together, and we feel like it's a very good class.
Mike over here, we'll start with Aaron.
Nick, can you talk to us a little bit about the process you went through with Jonathan Taylor, a guy who was accused of choking and hitting a woman in the face, and why you felt that he was able to get a third chance with Alabama?
Well, this was a decision that got made by a lot of people here. It was a university decision. this young man out of high school, and we felt that from what we knew about him, what his high school coaches said, even what the people at the school that he was at said about him, that and where he came from in junior college, that he was the kind of guy that deserved a second chance. But with that chance, we also have stipulations of things that he needs to do from a personal development standpoint, so that he won't make any kind of mistake like this ever again. And that's an ongoing process with him, and that's something that we continue to monitor, and he has done a very good job with.
So Michael on the left.
I was going to ask about Taylor.
Let's go to DC and then Dwayne.
I wonder how important is it to keep not just in-state but hometown recruits, guys like Lester Cotton, in-house, and is it not as important anymore given the national recruiting, especially what you guys do? Does that take away any importance from keeping the local guys here?
Well, it's we really feel like we want to do a great job of recruiting every prospect that we feel like can help our program in a 5-hour radius of the University of Alabama, and especially when it comes to guys that live in our state. There's a lot of competition for these guys, and but we really think that it's an important part of building our program, and it's the best way to keep continuity with a recruiting base. The relationships that we have with coaches and having players in the program here help get the next player. So 2 years in a row, we had Bo Scarborough a year ago, who's really here now, and Lester this year. I think it's important, and there'll be good prospects in the future that we'll have the same feeling about. But I also think that it's important to, because of national recruiting, to be able to spread your wings a little bit and have a program that will attract very good players from various other parts of the country, and so that we get the quality of players that can hopefully compete at a high level here and give us the best opportunity to be successful as they develop and grow, and play winning football for us in the future.
Back, Dwayne.
Coach, wanted to ask about Kennedy, offensive lineman. Just your thoughts on him and just the offensive lineman overall.
Well, Brandon Kennedy, very good athlete. He's developed the size. We probably think would be an inside player, a center guard for us, but he's very athletic, good feet, good balance and body control, and played very well in the All-Star games. And Hudson Howe, who was our offensive line coach at the Miami Dolphins, coached those guys down there, so in some of these All-Star games. So it's good to see if they're doing what he teaches. I know he's a really good coach and a good friend, so we're excited about Brandon, and we also like the other offensive line players that we have. It was a real emphasis for us to get a couple tackle types. Lester may be able to play tackle. We think Womack definitely, has the length to do that, and very impressed with him athletically. So we have a diverse group there, which I think is important. But I really think tackle types is something that we really want to focus on in the future, and we really want to focus on in this class.
Coach, you alluded to a number of guys who committed and stuck with you. How has that changed, and how much maintenance do you have to do once guys commit these days?
Well, I don't think that we change how we recruit guys once they commit. I don't think you can. I think you have to keep recruiting guys day in and day out, week in and week out, because more and more guys, I don't have any statistics to prove this, but it seems like more and more guys change, right, and flip, and they actually get a lot of attention for doing it, which I don't think is a good thing. but I know that creates interest, and there's a lot of people out there that want to know all these things. And so if a guy really commits and sticks to it and doesn't ever change, he doesn't get any attention. You know, he's like a forgotten man with you all and with the public. And if a guy changes a lot, he gets a lot of attention. And you know, if I say I'm going here today and go someplace else tomorrow, then change the next place the next week, you know, it gets on the front page of USA Today and all kinds of stuff. So I don't think that you can really think that just because a guy verbally commits that you don't need to continue to recruit him, because you do become the target to some degree by a lot of other schools who continue to recruit him.
Go up front, Ken.
You mentioned getting Blake Barnett, quarterback. How's his transition been? You know, he's just started school a couple weeks ago. And did he have an impact on this class? You know, we heard he was helping, you know, talk up Alabama to other guys.
Well, I think a lot of guys, you know, did a good job of, you know, we had however many guys we had in All-Star game. You know, these guys develop relationships when they play these All-Star games, and they start communicating with each other, and they have a lot of pride. And you know, I don't know how many guys we had down there in that game. I think there was, you know, maybe 12 at the time. There may have been more that committed later in the Under Armour game. You know, I think we had 3 in the Army All-Star game. And I think once they do that, they really do try to sort of, you know, how can I impact the class in another way by trying to recruit another player. So, you know, if you do commit to Alabama and you know you want to come to that school, you know, the thing that endears your future the most, especially if you play quarterback and you want to have a lot of good guys playing around you, is recruit some other good guys. And I think Blake did a good job of that, but I also think there was a lot of other guys in this class that did a good job of that as well.
Middle John.
Nick, back to the Jonathan Taylor situation. Domestic violence is obviously a huge issue here in society lately. Is there concern at all about what message some people may take when you sign a player with pending domestic violence charges?
Well, I think, you know, the guy was charged, and there's no question about that. He was accused. I can't discuss the circumstances of all that. But, you know, I've said this before, that when people are young and they make a mistake, and that is not a mistake that we condone in any way, shape, or form, that you don't, you know, there's any disrespect to any person, let alone a female, that there isn't some occasion to not condemn them for life, but to give them another chance. And it's up to them to prove that they deserve that chance. And when they get that opportunity, they need to definitely do their very best to take advantage of it. So this is a decision that we made, and I know the sensitivity of the issue, and we're going to do what we can to help this young man have success here and not have issues in the future.